Welcome to This Week in Jacksonville Plus. This is special content. You'll only see it here on News for Jax Plus, something for our streaming viewers in addition to conversations from our show that airs at 9 a.m. Sundays on Channel 4. So this week, my conversation with David Miller on a movement in Jacksonville, a push for unity. So tell us about this. We saw it with this commercial, I Am Jacksonville, but tell us why we're seeing this and who's involved in this kind of coalition.
Well, I'll tell you, we decided that when we saw a lot of the anti-Semitic and hateful kind of things that a certain group of people, a small group of people, have decided to say, to use Jacksonville for their own self-interest, we said this is not who we are. A number of business owners, a number of community trustees, we all looked at that immediately and said, this is not the Jacksonville we know, and we need to do something about it. Once they said that and made that proclamation, we viewed it as game on. And so almost instantly, there was an initial donation, and a number of the most recognized businesses and respected employers in Jacksonville quickly joined in with $100,000 donations to now the balance is, the war chest is over $1.6 million. And the coalition includes some of our most respected not-for-profit organizations, folks like the United Way, the Community Foundation of Northeast Florida, 90 Forward, One Jax, the Jewish Federation. It's this wonderful group of people who are dedicated to doing this work along with making our community better. And we know that Jacksonville's a great place. We've got to recognize that our diversity is our strength. It is not our weakness. And in Jacksonville, our greatest asset are our people. And knowing that the different perspectives we have, those are meant to be understood, they're meant to be leveraged, and they're meant to be shared.
So, David, one of the things I'm impressed with here, so you told me that the Miller family, your heritage is Jewish. And obviously, anti-Semitic messages like that has to hit a personal place. But this effort isn't just there. It's about all of that kind of evil, hate speech, negativity that we don't want to be known for in this region, right?
Yeah, we recognized right away. I mean, some of my earliest memories are with my mother going to civil rights marches, and it was really, I'd say it's in my DNA. I mean, just, you know, supporting people who are being bullied is something that, you know, our family certainly is something that when we see it directed at anyone, we say it's unacceptable. And we know that all of this, whether it's anti-Semitism or racism or anti-Muslim rhetoric or all of this kind of thing, it all comes from the same place. It comes from a place where people try to say, who's the problem? And the reality is there is no group that is the problem. There's no one in Jacksonville or in any other community that we're going to vote off the island. It's not going to happen. Instead, what we need to say is, what do we have in common? What do we share? What are our shared hopes, aspirations, our fears? And how do we work together at addressing them?
So that negative stuff comes from a deep insecurity, it seems like. So are there things that we can do as a community that say, hey, this is for everyone. You don't have to feel insecure about you're just out there on an island. This is for everybody.
Yeah. Well, the truth is, every one of us is a minority in some way. Some of us are tall, some are short, some are skinny, some are fat, different colors, all kinds of things, different color hair. We come from different places. Some of us talk funny. It doesn't really matter, does it? We've all been in that place. And at the end of the day, it's not helpful. Focusing on the negative, regardless of what it is. And I don't believe any of these things that I just mentioned, they're not a negative. You own what you are, you appreciate what you are, and you appreciate the fact that other people, curiosity towards other backgrounds are great.
Yeah, it is.
They lift you up and they lift up the other folks too.
Yeah, learning about some of those differences. Hey, this person, I didn't understand who they were until I got more of their story.
Right.
And that's when, as you're talking about in our show on Sunday morning, that's when the diversity can really be a strength, right?
Yeah. It's what we need to focus on. If you try to say, stop being hateful, it's hard. It's a lot easier to just say, let's focus on something else that is actually going to be really constructive. And that's what we're doing. So many different ways with the organizations that are involved in our coalition They're all working together. They're programming, they're engaging the community, the faith leaders. We are all trying to work together to focus on the idea that, listen, whether it is this small group of people who are coming from outside, you know, trying to spew the worst kind of hate, or whether it's consultants who are running political campaigns who want to say there are good people and bad people. They're asking the wrong question. They're not good people and bad people. We all have good days and bad days.
Sure.
We want to help our friends and our neighbors have more good days and fewer bad days. And not try to say they're good people or bad people, just how do we understand what we all share and how can we leverage that to be better?
Maybe slight off topic, but I think it connects. How you and your brother co-founded Brightway Insurance. You built something here 2008, is that right, when you
Yeah.
started? So you've built something here. How does that translate to what you're trying to build in this effort with the Together Strong Community Fund and what you're doing with Are Jacksonville? Because you're trying to build something here that is positive, right?
Well, I think we just see the kernels that are just there. When we built Brightway, we started with 3 people. And from there now we have one of the largest insurance retailers in the country. And the biggest leverage point we had was culture. It was understanding that people are our focus. And when you try to understand how you help each individual reach their personal potential, that people are your greatest asset and they're there to be leveraged, not walled off. When you do that, whether it's in a business or in a community or in an organization, makes no difference. You can think about it the same way. And the power that happens when you start letting people feel safe, you're letting them feel empowered, and you let them experience life in a way that builds them up and builds others around them, it's incredibly powerful. It works fantastically in business, as we've seen. It was always our idea. The reality proved out that it was beyond our wildest expectations. But you know what? I've seen it in the different organizations I've been involved in, the civic organizations I've been involved in. And now what we need to do is we have to take it from outside these organizations and into the general population so that everyone feels this sense of belonging, a sense of warmth, a sense of welcoming. That's who Jacksonville is.
David Miller, this is a powerful conversation, and I appreciate spending the extra time here to do this for our News for Jax Plus viewers. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken.
And you can watch more in-depth interviews just like this one. It's in addition to our show that airs at 9 a.m. Sundays on Channel 4. But this is special content. You'll only see it here on News 4 Jax Plus.